Hey there, everybody. My name is Joyce Awandi Wahiga. Welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. This is the second hour of our show. Certainly hoping that you are enjoying our programming for you this morning. Remember, in this hour, later on, we're going to be bringing you our fitness segment. Today, they're going to be going through band workouts. But first, in this hour, we will be going through relationship talk. And today, we are specifically going to be focusing in on women and why they are losing the dating game. My guest is already here in studio. I'm going to be introducing him shortly, but first let's take a look at our quote for the day. It says, "Create a life that feels good on the inside, not one that just looks good on the outside." I'll read that again. Create a life that feels good on the inside, not one that just looks good on the outside. And I think so many people struggle with this actually. They want their lives to look a certain way. We're doing it all for the gram and for social media, but inside really they're decaying and they're depressed and they're really sad. Much more important to make sure that your inside is full of joy and hope and peace, because people outside, they're not paying your rent. They're not going to come and give you a hug at the end of the day. So let's stop measuring ourselves by other people and what they say and, by the things that we own. Let's begin measuring our successes by the values, the principles, the inspiration, and the hope that we give other people. Because if you look at it, I think world over, there's so many examples of people who on the outside have it all together, but kumbe they were really struggling with something, and we've had even many take their own lives for it. So I hope that you guys can recalibrate your minds and begin to really shift your perspectives and begin to look at what is on the inside, because that is what matters most. Whatever is on the inside is what bubbles outside. Okay, nothing from the outside will bubble back inward. That just doesn't even work as far as science is concerned. So be encouraged this morning with that quote. And remember, 111-444-111 is our new SMS line. Looking forward to receiving your comments as we go through the show. You can also contact me on Facebook. And let me just shout out some guys here. Hey, I specifically want to shout out Josephine Mwangi on Facebook, who has here, rush to her YouTube channel and subscribe, and you say the song is such a blessing. That is a comment on our previous guest here, Faith. She's actually posted a screenshot of her here on the YouTube channel, on Faith Wairimu's YouTube channel. She is disabled but is also really passionate about singing. Thank you very much, Josephine Wangi, for that. Alice Kalondo is asking, full circle kwani huanza sangapi? My dear, we are here at 8 a.m. You've already missed an hour if you're just tuning in, but karibu sana, great to have your company. We're here every Monday to Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. I also have Masi Pretty Taylor, asante sana, you're watching from Thika. Geoffrey Oindi from Kangemi. I have Gradas M. Ocheng, who said, Faith Wairimu, you're a true hero. Just believe that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with only one step. Mikhail Ruth as well, watching from the coast. Thank you for that. Laughter's Water from Limuru in Kiambu County. Asante sana. Kevin Shirao from Mosoriot, Nandi County, you're tuned in. Thank you for that as well. I really do appreciate you. Davy Melly as well. Jane Ruth Maina here from our earlier segment said, hello, good morning, tuned in from Thika. Wow, about anger issues, may God help us as leaders, especially people really suffering from this. Thank you very, very much for all of that feedback there on our Facebook page. Watu wa Facebook na washukuru sana sana. And remember, you can also reach me on our SMS line 111-444-111. In fact, someone here said, good morning, Joyce. Today's show is very inspiring and motivating to see that Faith is pressing on and following her dreams despite a lot of obstacles. May God open up doors for her and keep that $1 million smile on her face. That's Emmanuel, who was watching the show. Sikuta Robert from Lucky Summer says, hey Joyce, I'm happily watching the show. It's great, and your dress as well. Well, thank you. Thank you. And someone here, Anne, says, I love your program a lot, and it's true. Faith is so beautiful. Tell her God has a purpose for her life. Asanteni sana. Keep that feedback coming into 111-444-111. With that said, let's introduce our next guest. His name, of course, is Joe Wisdom. He's an author and a consultant. Great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Jace.
Looking forward to our discussion today. I need you to come to the rescue and let us know why some women are really struggling as far as the dating scene is concerned. And maybe just to preface this conversation, let me begin by asking you this. It seems to me that wanaume hapo nje, some of them, wanataka mwanamke anakaa hivi. You get my flow? Anakaa hivi.
Yes.
But pia wanataka sijui mama wa nyumba, you know?
Yeah.
So you want her to be really well put together, but you also want her to be someone that you take to your parents. Mara sijui asiwe na kucha, asiwe na nywele refu, sijui asifanye nini. Nimesema tu nywele refu in general, sijasema which type of hair. So, you know, do men, is there a certain type of woman that men are looking for? Because I feel like we're getting mixed signals.
There are several categories of men.
Okay.
And different men want different things.
That's right.
And when we talk about the kind of a woman that a man needs, there's the picture that is in the mind of a certain man.
Yeah.
And that picture is motivated or inspired by the environment around that man.
Okay.
So there's a man who wants a lady who have the figure because of the influence of the group, the environment. He wants somebody that he can present, regardless of how mannerless anybody is or how good mannered somebody is, provided is someone he can show off.
Okay.
There are other people who want the character, especially people who understand destiny.
Okay.
Because I can tell you, Joyce, marriage and even now settling down in marriage is not even about the physicality. And the physicality has its part, but it is never about the physical appearance. That can attract you to someone, but it's not the end by itself.
Right.
You can marry a beautiful trouble as a man.
Beautiful Shida.
Yes. So beauty is not everything.
Right.
And sometimes I have found myself there. I have ever judged somebody by the looks. Only to relate to that person at cross range and realize how beautiful the heart of that person is. And I apologize, even to myself. I say, I'm sorry to myself because I prejudged this person. So I think the bottom line here is that it's very good, as we have said in this show before, it's very good for a man to know what he needs exactly, what exactly that man needs.
Right.
So when you're in confusion, you may see a big woman and you want this my kind. Again, you see another slender one, and I think slender ones are better. If she faints, I can carry her. You know, so many men needs different kinds of women depending on the environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic today then is that women losing the dating game.
Yes.
Is that true? Would you say that's a fair assessment that women are losing the dating game? And if so, why?
Yes, women are always on the receiving end. And it has not started now, Joyce. It is started even in the days of old. You see, women have always been victimized. From the days of the old, look at the woman who is brought by the people because she has committed adultery to Jesus. She was just about to be stoned. And Jesus looks at these men and wonder, where is the man? Where is the man? Because you never hear of a man who was a prostitute, but you hear Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. So women, but does not mean that men doesn't go out. But when a man goes out, it's okay. But when a woman goes out, she's all manner of things are spoken about her. Right. So women are always on the receiving end. But the bottom line here is that when you realize the place that the society places you, the society expects a woman, you know, to do things very different. If you see a woman smoking, it's not normal. But when you see a man smoking, it's okay. So what you are basically, when you see a lady who is drunk, you feel like this woman is very careless. What about men? They are falling everywhere and nobody is bothered. So what you are saying is that when a woman realizes the expectation that she has and the society has on her, she must up her game.
Right. Because
the society and life in general will never forgive you.
But then there are those ones who'd say, why should I up my game? It should be the men upping their game. But I guess that's part of the loss, because depending on what how quickly, I guess, you want, unfortunately, they're just things that we have to deal with in the sort of patriarchal society that we live in, right? So adapt and adjust yourself, but also rise above, I think is what you're saying.
Yes. And I usually tell to this, I'm a trainer, and in most of one of my signature programs, especially I usually actually advise all ladies to do that program, is personal branding.
Okay.
Because just let me tell you, in life you are either a brand or a commodity.
Wow.
Depending on how you present yourself to the society.
Either a brand or a commodity.
Yes. Let me bring it closer to our viewers.
Okay.
You know an apple, and you know an avocado. The truth is, you can even find an avocado that costs more than 30 shillings, and it fluctuates in prices, 30, 20, 40. You can even get a 50 shillings bob avocado. But apple never changes. It's 25, 30 shillings. But the way those two things are being treated is very different. An avocado will be sold from a gunia or a carton. You know, it's just there. It's just there. An avocado suffers from low self-esteem. It doesn't know its worth.
In my book, avocado is bay, though.
So,
but yeah, I hear you.
But an apple knows itself, not because of the price. The price is actually lower than the avocado, but it's secure in its identity. An apple is so proud that it must have a sticker on itself. Not only that, it is sold from the packets. Na iko na tumashimo twake. Alafu iko na maringo ingine inakaa ikimwagiwa tumaji. Yani that identity is what a woman needs.
Okay.
You don't just need to be an ordinary woman.
Right.
You can add value to yourself. So you are either a brand or a commodity. You are either an apple in the market or an avocado, depending on the way you present yourself.
And you make a very interesting point here, because I think too many times we equate value with the sticker price, with the cost of the item, if you will. But here you are saying that actually it could be that the commodity sometimes costs even more than a brand. Like the sticker price is more than a brand, but one sort of has this reverence that is carried differently. That's very profound. And so to every woman out there, hopefully you're not carrying yourself as a commodity, and just thinking that it's because my bags cost however much money and whatever, or my hair is this much money, or the things that I own cost this much money. No, don't make yourself a commodity, and don't be so consumed by items and things and how much they cost, but look at yourself as a brand and really seek to understand what value do I carry and what am I bringing to the table to a relationship. Very, very profound conversation. I think I have about a minute or two until I have to take a break. So let me just begin. We can first go through maybe some of the different sort of types of women that you actually talk about in your book here. This is Wisdom for Relationships, Single, Love and Marriage, and you wrote this with your wife, Linnaeus Joe. And so let's talk about some of the women that you've sort of classified in the different types of women, let's say, the same way there are different types of men. Let's talk about some of the different types of women and why I guess they fall short as far as dating is concerned. Let's begin maybe with, you have here an unbeliever.
Yes. An unbeliever is, this comes from your faith. Because you cannot marry someone who is not of your faith and expect things to run smoothly. Because what you are doing is that you are throwing yourself into a confusion. Because you don't subscribe to the same values. Your value system is so different. You are just wired. The way you have been brought up is so different. Your priorities are not their priorities. You can imagine someone who is not of your faith. And I don't want to classify anybody saying this faith or that faith. But what I'm saying is that there's always a premium when you get somebody who is of your faith, because there will be an understanding. Now, one of the fruits or products of marriage is children. Now, when these children come and you are coming from different backgrounds, from different faiths, where will your children go? You throw them into a confusion. They are stranded in life. They are confused. And one of the things you realize, even when you study, one of the greatest things that a parent or a mother or a father can leave to their children is the gift of faith. So it is when a woman positions herself to be a woman of faith, regardless of which faith, and you also attract people of your faith. Contrary to that, you throw yourself into a confusion. So that's my advice.
Okay.
Get someone of your faith.
Okay.
You share values, you have the same understanding.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Let me read a couple SMSs here before I go on break. Someone here says, good morning, Joyce. It's a great morning today, and just learning about leadership from Moses to having the young lady bless us with her potential. And I want to say thanks for having Joe Wisdom. And they say they were blessed to purchase 2 books from you. Wow. And much more. And they listen to you talk. Asante Sana for that message there. Someone here says, hey there, I'm Jackie, 26 years old, dating a 27-year-old man. We've dated for 4 years. Our relationship has been having ups and downs. Every time we have a disagreement, he just says, let's quit. But after some weeks, I guess he comes back again. We've also had infidelity issues, and I'm tired of this. I feel it's high time. Interesting. We'll see if we can rope that into our discussion as well. Hannington from Lamu enjoying the show and saying it's very educating. Asante Sana. We're going to take a break though. When we come back, we're going to continue this discussion here with Joe Wisdom. And I kind of go through different types of women and what could be their biggest pitfalls when it comes to dating. 111 444 111 is the SMS line, and we'll be back after this. Hey guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. I'm here with Joe Wisdom, and we're having a very interesting discussion on Facebook. This is what we have captioned there for you to comment below. Every man has this picture of the type of woman that he wants in mind, and this is the picture that motivates him in that chase, right? So what's the pressure? Are the men's expectations overrated? Or is this a generation of undateable women? Oh dear. Okay. So a couple comments on there. Wanjiru just says, wow, I'm loving this. And then I have Mjuku Wasafi who says the expectations that men have for a future wife are no longer active. You claim that women of this generation are not wife material. Hey, well, okay. I want to see what we can say about that. Of course, we've been going through different things. Already we've seen how very important that women enter into a relationship with someone that they share core values with, key among them being faith as well. Very, very important, because that's if you're living your faith, that should be driving all of your decisions. Yeah, that's true. So that's absolutely very important. Some questions here though, also on our SMS line 111 444 111. Someone here is saying, hey Joyce and Joe Wisdom, my name is Maina Bakari from Nyeri. This man is full of substance and bonga points. I like it. Okay. Grace from Thika says, I got married to the man who loved me so much. It's now 3 years. I find him chatting with a lady love messages. I was shocked because I've never expected such, being that we got a holy marriage in church. Can he stop chatting with them? All right. And then someone here is saying, anyway, let me get to that question later. But I think maybe you've gotten a sense of some of the questions that are coming in. And I want to specifically talk about the type of woman who is looking for someone to carry her baggage, is actually how you've defined it in your book. What does that mean? And what makes this woman lose now in the dating game?
Now, there are women, I want to coin that with a lazy woman.
Okay.
Because a lazy woman is a woman who is number one, is very irresponsible. She has not been able to put her life together. And she now thinks that all her problems can only be solved by someone else. So even when they are looking for a man, they are not looking for a partner just by God's design. They are looking for this kind of man who will carry her baggages, who will carry the mistakes, who will bear with the mistake that she has done, who will bear with her laziness. This woman cannot pay her rent. This woman cannot maybe her life is not up to the point that an ordinary woman should be living. And you find that this woman will now, her target is a man who has the ability to bear all her burdens. A good example, a woman who is not working and she's not employable because of her attitude, her work is to lazy around. She raises herself around. At the end of the month, the landlord requires his dues. So this woman now begins to call men. Umeninyamazia sana. They have a certain conversation and they want to box you because they want their bills being paid. Now, woe unto man who falls into such a temptation. Because in case she fights, and she will be very humble because of the situation that she's in. She will even purport to look like a marriageable woman. But immediately she gets into the house, she begins now to be the woman that she is.
Wow.
She doesn't want, and this is the kind of a woman that she is. The man wants to secure her a job she doesn't want, or she goes to work 1 month, she doesn't want to go to work. She sets a business for her. She says that business is not even selling, is not a good business. So this is a woman who is just looking for a man. Actually, huyu anatafuta beba.
Wow.
Mtu wa kubeba mizigo yake, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at some point, I guess that's going to be discovered. The man kind of...
Now, before the man discovers, the man will have used every coin because possibly this man believes in this marriage.
Wow.
And it's good our viewers to understand that we are talking about the women today. The men have their own challenges and weaknesses.
Yeah.
So let people not misunderstand our conversation.
We're not saying men are perfect.
Yes, no.
Or that all women are like this.
Actually, they are. If a man is weaker, if a man is weak, if a lady is weak one time, a man is weaker 13 times. Okay. That is why out of one man's rib, it gave us a woman. So you can imagine the 13 left ribs if you convert it into women.
Yeah.
So convert the weakness is equivalent. So men are very weak.
Okay.
But basically, women are supposed to take their positions. A lazy woman, a woman who wants a man to carry her baggage, later or sooner will be discovered and she will not have a marriage to keep.
Wow. Okay. What about the one who quarrels a lot and nags a lot in their relationship?
Yes. Now, Joyce, the most dangerous thing that a man can ever have or find himself in is marrying a quarrelsome wife. Actually, look at this. Proverbs 21 verses 9. That is better to live in the roof of a house. Is better to live in the roof of a house than to live in the same house with a quarrelsome wife.
Wow.
Uingie huko kwa siri. You just live there, my friend. Rather than live in the same house with a quarrelsome or a complaining wife.
Yeah.
A quarrelsome wife or a complaining wife, we are talking about a nagging woman, is a woman who will never appreciate anything. You come with a kilo of meat and she's saying, why didn't you buy a liver? You could have brought this. She cannot appreciate what is available. A nagging woman is a woman who will keep objecting everything, any suggestion, any idea without even studying it.
Wow.
That's a nagging woman. A nagging woman is someone who will cause chaos around herself. She will fight everybody around her. Actually, for a quarrelsome wife, the man has no friends. Because she'll try to quarrel everybody. She can even get into your phone and find that you had called a lady and she begin calling everybody around. What are you doing with my husband? Some of them are even the relatives and you are harassing them. It's very dangerous. She has no boundaries. Yeah. She has no boundaries.
Wow. Hey, okay. So nagging women, quarrelsome women,
Yes.
you're literally destroying your relationship by your own hands. And
You,
the
you even
scripture-
buy her an outfit, but she's telling you, you are not buying it for me. I know you are buying it for someone else. It's only that you did not find them to give them. You know, it's like she cannot appreciate anything.
Okay.
She's very critical in everything that you do.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to
And
eat
men
away
feel
at you.
frustrated.
Men do feel frustrated with
Yes.
that. I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay. The sort of related to that is what you would say is a hot-tempered woman.
Yes. Now, a hot-tempered woman is a woman who have no self-control. And self-control is a fruit of the Holy Spirit. Self-control. A woman without self-control will react over everything. Someone will call the husband at night, but she's hot-tempered. She can even, those are the kind of women, when a man gets into the house and the man sees some boiling water, she's asking, is that for ugali or is it for me? Because you don't know what will happen.
Oh my.
Men have suffered on the hands of hot-tempered women.
Yeah.
They can even bite you, literally. I have seen I've seen a man who is healing out of a wound that was beaten by the wife.
Oh no.
Hot-tempered. Now, let me tell you, Joyce, when you are living with a hot-tempered woman, don't dare go to sleep with him. If he is angry, please sleep in the coach. Because at night, even when she is standing, you woke up like a Karatesian because you think she's fighting you.
Oh my goodness.
You cannot have peace when you live with a hot-tempered woman. She will even blast you in the multitude.
So how then do we sort of fix this? Because clearly these are not good stereotypes or even characteristics, you know, for anybody to have.
Yes.
So how then does a woman sort of ensure that she's positioned herself to actually succeed at the dating game and to present herself well for a potential spouse and even then in marriage?
Yeah. What I would say, and I'm speaking to our sisters, they are our sisters, they are our friends, is that let ladies not justify their weaknesses. If you know you are hot-tempered, stop justifying your weakness. Stop saying that that is who I am. Stop looking for a man who will love you for who you are. You are not who you are. You are whom you have become. In Wisdom Talks, we say human beings are human becomings. You are a product of the way you are brought up. And in the course of life, you have learned some bad manners. Those bad manners have informed your character. And through that character is what you are now telling us that's who you are. You are not. You can change.
Change is possible.
You can change. You can unlearn and you can relearn. You know? No child has a point of view. When every child is born, they have no point of view. So all the views and perspectives that we have in life are input from our environment and from our associations. So I'm telling every woman, because let me tell you, Joyce, any woman or anybody whatsoever, anybody, wherever, these are people who keep justifying their weaknesses. When you justify your weakness, you feed it. And what you feed grows stronger. It gets stronger to a point that you cannot overcome it. It overpowers you. And that keeps people away from you. So if a woman wants to be attractive, then you must master your weakness.
Yeah.
Let me advise my sister again here. Stop telling people or stop exposing your weaknesses. You don't sell your weakness.
Right.
You sell your strength. And that is why it is very, very important for you to mark your strengths. Portray your strength. It will cover your weaknesses. Master your weakness. So identity is very important. First, know what am I struggling with. When you master what you're struggling with, then you can, because life is not just about you, there are other people around you. So you cannot be careless about your environment.
Wow.
Yeah.
For anybody who's skeptical about what Joe is saying, someone here has written in and said, hey Joyce, I just want to thank Joe Wisdom for the singles seminar he brought at Transformation Church Center in Nakuru.
Wow.
That's where I met my king back in 2017 and we got married just the other day.
Wow.
napenda vile yeye huongea ukweli, bonga points ako nazo. Keep inspiring people, Joe. God bless, they say. And so there's definitely truth to what you're saying. It's probably a very bitter pill for a lot of people to swallow, but that doesn't mean that it's not true, that there's no truth to it. And so, you know, hopefully people are learning from that. But I also want us to help out Jennifer from Kahawa West, who writes in and says, I'm 32 years old, born again, and I have never dated because I've never met anyone who fits me. All I have come across are just men who want to have sex even before we get to know each other. So I end up breaking away from them. Right now I feel lonely and I'm just trusting in God for my partner. So there are women who they're doing things right.
Yes.
But maybe they're still losing this dating game. They're trying to play by the book. They've been holding on to their values and their principles, but they've just not been able to find the one just yet. What would you say to that person?
We have quite a large class of people who look like our sister Jennifer. And I can tell you, and we usually do some single forums like the one the one of our viewers have done. We call them single special. And one of the things that we tell singles is that you are special regardless of your age. And you should not be desperate. You know, God has a plan for you. God is not, you might be stranded, but God is not stranded, Jennifer. God knows the person that you have set for you. You better be single and whole. Rather than be in marriage and broken.
Absolutely.
So I can assure you that anything good must find its owner. Anything good, even in the supermarket when you go there, you can find something that is very expensive, but it is good. One day, the owner will find it.
Right.
So continue waiting upon the Lord. Continue doing what you're supposed to do.
It will be
continue
worth the
adding
wait.
value to yourself.
Absolutely.
Equip yourself. Now, Jennifer, let me tell you, this is your time to read about marriage. Study marriage. Professionally, I'm an accountant. And I thank my dad, Joe Wisdom Roa, Senior. You know, this man have mentored me in wisdom and in life. And one of the things that I came to understand in life, Joyce, is that whenever I discussed with my dad, he told me, Joe, there's always someone set for you by God. There's always someone. There's someone that God has positioned for you. So don't rush.
Okay.
Do things at the right time.
Right.
He told me, don't put a cart before a horse. Do fast things first.
All right. So to any woman out there who feels like, you know, you've been playing your part and you've been doing what you need to do and things just haven't worked out just yet, you're not losing. You're just on your course. Don't compare your lane to somebody else's lane. It will be worth the wait at the end of it. I love what you said, that too many times people rush into a relationship and then you end up broken. Better to be single and whole, ready for that relationship when it is time. Remember, God does make all things beautiful in his time. So thank you so much, Joe, for that reminder. And to everybody else, if you're on the other side of the spectrum, if you're that woman, I hope you've paid attention today and maybe have gotten some enlightenment as far as why things perhaps haven't been working out for you as far as the dating and relationship scene is concerned. But very quickly, Joe, how can people reach you and get a hold of your content?
Yeah, we are located at Roiro, a place called Kimbo. That's where we have our training center, Wisdom Center. And I would want to tell our viewer that, especially for the ladies, we have a very good program for them called personal branding.
Okay.
Basically, and because of this show, I'll give them at a discount.
Wow.
I'll give them at a discount. Let them reach to us. Joe Wisdom Roa is my Facebook account, and Wisdom Talks is our Facebook page.
Great.
They can also get me through our number, 0723 781 351.
Okay.
0723 781 351.
Great. Thank you, Joe. Great to have you as always. And thank you to all of you guys who've sent in your feedback and your comments, your SMSs here to the show. I certainly do appreciate you guys. With that said, we're going to take a break now as we get ready for our final segment for the day. It is fitness. And today they're going to be taking us through band workouts. Stay tuned. This is Full Circle with Joyce.